and he just did not know what a projector was. I was like, what? Have you never, like, in the classroom, does your teacher not use a projector to, like, show stuff? And he's like, no, they use, like, a smart board. I'm like, what the hell is a smart board? Apparently it's, like, a thing where it's like they don't use projectors anymore, man. The kids these days, they don't know what projectors are. They, like, they have, like, fancy... Man, I was like, how can you not know what a projector is? And then I felt really old. Like, really old. But seriously. And he's not even that young. He's 17 and he's never used a projector. They have, like, they all have smart boards in the thing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Anyway. So we're watching movie versus C. We're watching movie versus C. It looks like movie is 116 and 68. Man, he's got a lot of games under his belt. Hold on, I missed his position on the thing, so we'll have to wait for them to go back to the game. Alright, looks like he's going to be on the right side, and we're going to ally him. So, got these colors going. Alright, sweet. Anyway. Smartboard usually a projector unless you mean an overhead projector. I mean like the projectors where, you know, when it just starts up it shows like red, green, blue, you know, and then it like starts merging the colors and stuff. Because like the original reason we were talking about that is we were talking about, you know, like additive light and stuff and how to make colors. And so, you know, like the primary colors are red, yellow, and blue, but if you're doing additive colors with light, it becomes red, green, blue. And I gave the example of using a projector, because when a projector starts up, it always says red, green, blue, and that's the reason. And he had no idea what I was talking about, because he had never seen a projector start up. So I was like, oh, well, then I guess that's too bad. MIT still uses chalkboards, yeah. See, the real Gosus always use chalkboards, right? Right? See, like MIT, that's like the equivalent of playing Broodor, man. Chalkboards is like Broodor. Smartboards is like, you know, game that is not Broodor. I don't want to antagonize people. Is that Mong? I think that's Mong. Was that Midas on the left? That looked a little bit like Midas, but I'm not sure. It's probably Mong. Or rather, it was Mong on the right, but possibly Midas. Anyway, what is this guy doing? Is he gonna trick his way into the back and then proxy something? We're gonna be proxying some robos or something like that. That's not a very cool movie. Oh no, he messed it up. Oh man, that is bad. That is poor. That is poor. Tricking through there is very easy. Let me tell you. You can't be messing that one up. Man. Movie would not be good at Volcano Run, let me tell you that. If we were playing Volcano Run, I would not want Movie on my team. Well, I guess everyone's on the same team in Volcano Run, but seriously, come on, man. Like, when you have a double gap like that in mineral lines, it's so easy to jump through the pylon jump. It's not like tricking a unit through, okay? That's legit hard. Tricking a probe through, no big deal. Anyway. Ha! See, Blindor doesn't know what a smartboard is either. And he has the same birthday as me, so yes, let us be old men together. Sorry, I keep going on about this just because it was so weird to me, but anyway, we have a Zealot at the front blocking the ramp, so the SV didn't get in. That alone should be very suspicious to see. In PvT, you basically always go Goon first and not Zealot, unless you're proxying something or hiding tech, like Movie is, or if you're gonna, like, you know, do some early Zealot aggression. But if you're doing that, obviously the Zealot would go and attack and not just chill. And this is very interesting. Steve's actually built his engineering bay. He's proxied his engineering bay. Obviously, that's just gonna be to scout. He's gonna lift that off and float into the Protoss space and try and figure out what's going on. Obviously, it won't really be in time to see what's going on here. Well, he wouldn't be able to see it, obviously, because the Robo is proxied, but he would at least see there's nothing in the base, so he would confirm that there is, in fact, a proxy. C has gone for the fast expand regardless, so we'll have to see how well he holds us off. I mean, if Movie has good Reaver Micro, it'll be extremely difficult for C, I think, especially given the layout of the natural minerals. It'll be very easy for Movie to just drop behind them, and then it's kind of hard for C to do too much about that. Anyway, the engineering bay is going to float in right now. Obviously not really going to see anything, or it'll just see a lack of anything. But C, again, because of that Zealot, should be a little bit cautious here, be thinking about things like this. So the SV is going to come over here. Going to see no Nexus planted just yet. So he knows now for sure something's up. What the hell just happened there? Okay, that was weird. I don't know what that goon was doing. I wonder if Movie had intended to move that goon out to go and attack, and then because the SCV got there at the bottom of the ramp right at that moment, it bugged out and walked backwards because its path was blocked. I think that is the only explanation I can think of for that goon walking backwards there. Anyway, we immediately have multiple turrets placed here, so C obviously knows what's going on right now. And you know he knows it's a Reaver as well, to immediately place the 2 turrets there in the main. Or maybe he doesn't know for sure, but he highly suspects it. I mean, I think it would be much more likely than DT's, given what's going on here. So anyway, the shuttle's coming in here, but again, there are 2 turrets already placed in the main base. So, oh, it looks like, oh no, that turret doesn't cover the left side. Oh my god, slightly poor positioning there from C, and he's going to pay the price for it. Oh wow, that is quite unfortunate. I can't believe that turret doesn't quite range the left side. See, now that is certainly a problem of not being familiar enough with the map. If this was Fighting Spirit, I can guarantee you his turret placement would have been pixel perfect. He would have covered everything with the bare minimum number of turrets. But because I'm sure he doesn't have quite as much experience on this map, he didn't realize that that turret actually doesn't quite get the left side. So he just lost all of his Marines. 13 kills on that Reaver already. That's 5 Marines, and I suppose the rest are SCVs. But this is really, really bad for C. Completely saw it coming, and yet still is taking significant losses here. Now he does have the tank sieged up in the main base. There was a Zealot in the shuttle. I'm actually not sure if it died in the first shot. Well, I don't know. there might still be a Zealot there, but actually, considering he's not dropping anymore, maybe he lost the Zealot already, and only has the Reaver there, so doesn't want to risk another drop. Anyway, it looks like C's retaking control of his base now. Movie, meanwhile, of course, did get his own expansion, getting a couple of additional gateways. Note that C did obviously expand a lot faster than Movie did. So, you know, even though he's taken some economic damage, I still think he's fine. I still think Movie probably wants to get at least one more nice Reaver shot on the SCVs to call this proxy, you know, really successful. Because if we look at the saturation, it's sort of okay for this point in the game. Anyway, and it looks like the shuttle has now swung around all the way around to the top side of the base. Gonna start attacking the back of the natural, and oh, this could be really bad. See how good is the reaction time? Come on, it's in vision. He's got to pull. Oh man, this is really slow. But it looks like it's going to be enough because the drop location of that Reaver was actually not perfect. Dropping directly behind mineral lines, if they're tight minerals like this, apparently clearly these minerals actually block scarabs. Some mineral lines don't actually completely block scarabs. They can go in from the diagonals, but this one completely blocks, which means you have to drop the Reaver slightly sideways to the side of the minerals to actually get successful scarabs. Otherwise, you're just going to get them bugging out every single time like that. In the meantime, though, it looks like C's going to put on some counter-aggression of his own, just going for a big attack here, tired of dealing with the Reaver in his base, forcing Movie to pull it back to defend rather than keep attacking. And here we go, a big container is being set up, but remember, C was in a similar position against Jaehoon in the round of 32 that we just saw a couple of days ago. I'm going to be spoiling these games. I hope that's okay with people. I mean, we're on the round. We know who wins, obviously, or who makes it out of the group, given that we're in the round of 16. So, but yeah, C actually managed to set up a really hard contain against Jaehoon, or actually, wait, was it Jaehoon? Actually, no, I'm sorry, I might be thinking of another game. No, it was that game. And yet Jaehoon just was going carriers and managed to just eventually do big counterattacks and bust out anyway. It's slightly different now. The attack is much earlier, of course. Looks like we've got a few goons coming in the back, clearing some of these back mines. This is a pretty strong position, but remember, he does have the Reaver, might even have 2 Reavers now, and if he has amazing Reaver control, could certainly bust out of this. It is actually quite amazing seeing, you know, some of these top Korean Peros's just micro Reavers to break out of contains. It is just fantastic. Anyway, it's like the couple of pylons being broken down at the front, which is going to allow the Goons and Zealots to come out, and Goons coming in the back, although they're getting a little bit stuck on some spider mines. The Reaver's dropped, but it's a little bit late here. One of the tanks is down. There's still 2 tanks in the back. Big shot on the Vultures. There's still 2 tanks remaining. He needs to clear those tanks, but without any more support. No, 2 more tanks coming in the back. It's going to be very, very close here. The bunker's actually out of range of everything, but it looks like It's barely enough to hold on for now. Gotta be careful to keep that Reaver alive. Yeah, the Reaver is alive. A little bit surprised he didn't make a second Reaver there. But for the time being, he's at least holding onto his natural. Meanwhile, there's something in the top left. I'm not sure if that's a third command center behind the third minerals there. Could very well be from C. In any case, he's going to keep advancing here. And looks like going to be killing some of his own mines just to make sure he doesn't blow himself up. Probably wants to kill that mine as well that's just touching that tank. Yep, just going to take care of that. Pretty common to see Terran players just deal with their own mines like that. Looks like a slightly poor gateway placement from Movie is going to cause goons from that top gateway to just bug out a little bit and get stuck, which is quite unfortunate. And oh, looks like tanks are now actually starting to range the mineral line and the rally point. Or not the rally point, but you know, this back kind of staging area for these Dragoons. So this is going to be a little bit problematic. This basically is now forcing a timer on the situation here. Movie just has to deal with this because his Nexus is also under attack. But it looks like actually maybe that's probably why there's no second Reaver here back here, because he's going to just send another one into the main base. He made a whole new shuttle and presumably Reaver here. And here we go. He's even got a Dragoon. He's got to be careful. There are a bunch of Spider Mines, but he's going for the counterattack. Moving into the front here. I don't think he's going to be able to break the whole contain, but if he can just clear out the tanks that are in range of the Nexus, then he can at least buy himself a bit more time. But no, poor control here on this Reaver in the back is going to mean that it's dead. And yeah, this is looking increasingly difficult. That Reaver counterattack doesn't seem to be doing enough damage, although it looks like he's going in right now, and all the SCVs pulling away from the mineral line. So just as I said that, it looks like, looks like they were a bit too far away there from that Scarab. But here we go. Oh, the Goon is still alive as well. Oh my god, the SCVs are all clumped and he can't get rid of them, but it looks like he targets the tank instead. Is he going to go for the SCVs now? Oh man, this counterattack is actually doing a lot of damage here. This might actually force C to go for to just unsiege everything in the contain and go for it. And oh my god, the SCVs are really clumped up. Oh my god. Oh man, the SCVs, see, they can't even transfer back to the natural because that would just go straight through the path of the Reaver. Oh my god, this counter Reaver is doing so much for Movie. However, Movie has lost his natural Nexus. The natural Nexus is gone. So both players taking significant damage here. This is pretty crazy right now. It's like a whole bunch of Vultures coming back to deal with the Reaver, but Vultures are not particularly good against Reavers. He's got to be careful though. Looks like he has lost the Goon that was there. Oh man, he's trying to get a shot off on the stacked SCVs, but you can see because the mineral line blocks those Scarabs, it's just gonna dud from that angle. So, it looks like here we go, breaking at the front. Oh man, the shuttle was there's too much damage on the shuttle. I think he should have had the Zealots running in first as well to tank some of the Marine shots at least, but yeah, I hope that wasn't full of 4 Zealots, although I'd imagine given that it was already a damage shuttle, he probably only would have put a couple of Zealots in there knowing that it would die before all 4 could unload, but I'm not really sure. He could have just had 4 in there, and that would have been quite bad. Anyway, it looks like the shuttle and Reaver that were counterattacking have actually come back to defend, considering the other shuttle died. And that's... I mean, Movie's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here. You know, I think he kind of had to keep the counter Reaver attack going to even have a chance, but without a shuttle back here, it's almost impossible to break out of the contain also. So there wasn't too much he could have done, really. It looks like he's just going to start elevating out the back. That could be a good idea. But the thing is that because, you know, C's still mining from his 2 bases and Movie's stuck on his main, I think once he breaks out here, he's going to be forced to do a huge counterattack. I don't think he can really just expand again and play from behind, not without doing a bit more damage first. And that's assuming he even is able to break out of the contain at all. And looks like, oh man, a lot of Goliaths are actually out. Although, are these goons spotted? I think the Vultures might have seen it. Yeah, it looks like C is actually aware of the units that are elevated out here. And oh, here we go. Presumably that shuttle has some Zealots in it. Are we gonna go for the break here? Units from both sides, and the Zealots dropping in on top, and it looks like, here we go, and it looks like he's being a lot more careful with the shuttle, actually. Oh, because there is a Reaver, in fact. It's not just Zealots. The Reaver, though, does get taken out after only a single shot. It is a decent shot, but, oh man, Goliath's from the back actually distracting the flank here, so the 5 goons at the back actually not helping the main attack. I think they should have just ignored those Goliaths and come in to deal with the siege tanks. The siege tanks are the crucial thing. However, it looks like they might get it anyway. Only 1 tank remains. The last tank does fall, and Movie cleans up the contain. Only a couple of Marines left. Those are going to get taken care of here. So Movie is now free, but the problem is the damage, I think, has been done. I don't see how he's going to come back from this. He doesn't even have enough units to go for a big counterattack. So even though the contain's gone, yeah, he just has to make a Nexus now. He can't go for a counter to do damage. He doesn't even have a Reaver to keep harassing. I hope he's building another one there. Interestingly enough, C's actually taking his third base at the base below his main, which means it's even closer to the proxy Reaver. So if he does actually send some stuff over there... Oh no, never mind. That's not a... Is that not a base? He built something there, but now it's floating over. So I guess it's actually not a command center. I'm not sure what that is. I guess it's just some scouting building, like a eBay or something. Maybe he lost the eBay earlier. But anyway, the proxy is going to get spotted now. Not that he can actually do anything about it because it's blocked off from ground. And in the meantime... Okay, it was just spawning barracks. Okay, that's what it was. That's interesting. I guess he lost his barracks earlier. I didn't notice that. Anyway, the Reaver's coming in again. Gotta be a little bit careful. Alright, he's going to take a couple of hits there. That's okay. And there is actually something at the bottom right there. I wonder if that's a Nexus. That looks like a Nexus to me. It looks like Movie's actually expanded on the inside there to just start mining the minerals. In fact, there is a spider mine blocking the other side, but it's got such short vision range, I don't think it would even see if Probe starting mining those minerals. So if Movie can actually just sneak mine that while C's not paying attention, that could definitely help him come back in the game. I think it would actually be quite funny if C just landed the barracks there and built a couple of Marines. Although it probably wouldn't actually do anything. Anyway, Reaver coming back around. By the way, it looks like that thing in the top left wasn't a command center. It's probably just some spotting building. And yes, this is in fact a Nexus. So you see, because of the layout of the map, you can sort of make Nexuses on either side of some of these mineral lines. Obviously, he won't be able to mine gas from that side because it's on the other side. But you know, at this point in the PvT, it's getting the third gas isn't quite as crucial. Mineral base is fine. Just make some more zealots and gateways. It's completely fine. It's fine. It's good. Anyway, this spawning depot is in fact going to see the shuttle coming in again, and there is in fact a third command center that is just now floated over. C establishing the position here, so C not going to kind of capitalize on his early game win there with just following up with a quick kill or anything. He is going to play the longer game here. I hope he doesn't regret that later, like he did against Jaehoon, but here we go. Oh man, this shuttle's so dead. Oh no, why did he pick it up again? It was clearly being targeted. Oh my god, that is poor. Although it looks like these zealots might actually just kill all these units anyway. Oh man, run tank! Run! I think he's good. I think he's... Oh, no, he's not good! He is so not good. He could not figure out how to drive down that ramp. Oh my god, somebody fire that tank driver. Well, I guess he's dead, so that doesn't matter anymore. But that was not... That was like the opposite of the SCV Pimpist dodge yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago. Oh, that poor siege tank. Anyway, looks like Goon's poking out in the front here. The mineral only at the bottom right has been established, but with C mining his own third base at the top left, it's still pretty dire. And Movie clearly, apparently just doesn't have units. Well, he made some High Templar. That's pretty good, but you know, he's got 4 Dragoons dealing with a lot of stuff. Does he have Storm? Hey, he's got Storm! Hey! The Storms are actually really good. I don't think C was actually expecting that. And the Templars actually were kind of hiding on the high ground, but yeah, a couple of fancy Storms here is not going to save him. GG from Movie, and C takes game number 1, so pretty impressive game here from C. Movie at least made it entertaining though with the constant Reaver harass. This is actually really really encouraging though for C fans, I guess, because in his games on Thursday, C looked a little bit shaky. I mean, he did get 2-0'd by Jaehoon in the first series, and then did actually manage to get his revenge and beat Jaehoon in the final match. But still, getting 2-0'd by Jaehoon is not the greatest sign for C. So coming out strong here with the first win against Movie, I think is going to do very nicely for his confidence, as well as giving him the win.